Hi everyone, I'm Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about books I really want to get to this year, and since it's 2024, I guess I should choose 24 books. Book number one and my main priority is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, and it's the continuation of Divine Rivals. This book was one of my favorites last year, and I couldn't stop thinking about it for a long time after I finished it. It's an enemies to lovers fantasy with mystical war and magical typewriters that can exchange messages wherever they are. Our main characters, Iris and Roman, are rivaling journalists, and they both get hold of those two typewriters and start messaging each other without knowing that they are each other. Divine Rivals ended on such a heartbreaking cliffhanger, and I need to know what happened next ASAP. I also want to read at least these two books by TJ Klune. He's my favorite author. Wolfsong, I think, is a coming of age story with shape shifting into wolves involved, and yeah, it is queer. In the Lies of Puppets is a queer retelling of Pinocchio, but about robots. A human called Victor and three robots live in a treehouse. They are a big happy family. One day, Victor salvages an unknown android called Hap, and this Hap accidentally alerts someone about its location, and this someone comes to take away one of Victor's robots. And now the whole gang has to go and save it. Save him? Speaking about continuations, or in this case prequels, I would love to get to Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. This is a prequel to Legends and Lattes. An orc mercenary called Viv is tired of her mercenary activities and decides to have some rest by spending her time in a small bookshop in a sleepy beach town called Merc. Another sequel on my radar is Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Worlds, which is the continuation of Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Also, a book I really enjoyed last year. It's about Emily Wilde, who is a scholar who studies fairies, and she's in the process of compiling an encyclopedia about them. To further her research, she goes to a small remote town where, according to the rumors, people live side by side with fairies. We have fairies, a neurodivergent main character, a charismatic and lovable side character, a little bit of an enemies to lovers situation, and it's so much fun. I can't wait to read the second book. Yet another sequel, but this time something that I did not expect. I don't think a lot of people expected this book to come out because the first one seemed like a standalone, and I think it was supposed to be a standalone for a long time. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But when I heard that it's coming out, I was like, yeah, that is the only sensible thing to do. It's TJ Klune again and his Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Know nothing about the plot. Need to know nothing about the plot. Give me the book right now. I also really want to read The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. Oh my gosh. Look at this book, this beauty. I cannot get enough of its shininess. I swear I'm part Niffler or something. Amina is a retired pirate, the captain, but now she needs to bring her old crew together one more time to save her friend's daughter. I ordered the next book right as it came out, but somehow it managed to slip through my fingers because they were all sold out, and it's Heartstopper Volume 5. Need to finally get it and read it. I think you all know Heartstopper by now, but just in case, it's about Charlie and Nick, who are high schoolers in love, and yeah, it's a very wholesome, very kind, and very uplifting story. It is time for me to read Babel by R.F. Kuang. Know nothing about it except that it's dark academia, it has to do with languages and translations, and I'm all for it. The next book I want to read is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. Again, know very little about it. It's a small town, and something happens in this small town that divides the society into categories, into groups, ones who want justice and others who want to hush everything up. Need to know ASAP what happened and which side I would be on. Another book I'd like to read, hopefully this year, is We Were Dreamers by Simu Liu. I like him as an actor, and it seems like he's a very down-to-earth guy, and also, judging by the synopsis, we have a similar family background or like family history. So yeah, want to read it, get to know him a little bit more, and that's it. I'm planning to read the entirety of Percy Jackson series, at least 5 original ones. We'll see about the 6th one that came out recently. I want to watch the new TV show. I read the first book before, but it was a long, long time ago. So I definitely need to refresh my memory and continue with the series. Again, it's such a beloved series, so I don't think there is anyone who doesn't know about Percy Jackson. But just in case, it's the adventures of Percy Jackson, who is a demigod, which means that one of his parents is a human being and another one is a god. Another memoir on my list is Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing by Matthew Perry. Had intentions of reading it when it came out, but for some reason kept postponing it, and now here we are. I've seen a lot of love for these books online. Now I also need to read them. It's Little Thieves and Painted Devils by Margaret Owen. Know nothing about it, just the fact that it could be good for the fans of Six of Crows, and I am such a fan. So yeah, expecting to be entertained. Back to sequels. I promise myself that I will read Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. This year, it's the 6th book in Red Rising Saga. My lips are so dried out right now that it's hard to even speak. I need to put some balm on them. I think I made it worse. So, Red Rising. The events take place on terraformed Mars, and the society is divided into different classes, distinguished by different colors, and our main character is a red. He is in the bottom of the bottoms, and it is a story about him trying to overthrow the regime, and yeah, it is epic. The last sequel on my list is another bringer, but this time a Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. It is the 2nd book after God Killer. It is a fantasy story about gods and god wars, but frankly speaking, I need to reread the first one as well because I remember nothing. And I also know nothing about the last 3 books on my list, which is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I know that she has a lot of books and many people like her books. I want to be one of them. I also want to read Dreams Lie Beneath with this haunting cover. It is written by Rebecca Ross, and I loved Divine Rivals, so it's just a matter of time when I get to her backlog. And the last book in this video is The Grace of Wild Things by Heather Fawcett, the author of books about Emily Wilde. All I know about this one is that it's a reimagining of Anne of Green Gables, one of my favorite stories ever, but if Anne was a witch. Alright, these are the 24 books I'm planning to read this year. Tell me in the comments 1 or 2 books that you want to read. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!